as you don't make a big hairy deal out of the things that are bothering you, and you do add emphasis to the things that are going well. As you let your work, your process, be more about making lists of positive aspects, we would move from meditation, which is the most general thing that you can do with your mind, to making lists of positive aspects, which is the most specific thing that you can do about the things that are important to you. And we'd move back and forth between those processes. And in doing so, we would tune ourselves to the frequency of what's in our vortex. And then we would just let the chips fall where they may. We would not try to control law of attraction. We would not try to control other people. We would make a decision that we have a singular intent, and that is to be aware of and therefore control the vibrational output. So when you understand things as you do you know that you're the creator of your own experience? Yes. Do you know that you are offering a vibration in all waking moments? Do you believe that law of attraction is matching up? Are you the only one that knows this?
No, yeah.
Do you believe that whatever you're putting out is what's coming back to you? And isn't that meaningful information?
Yeah.
Don't you just love if you miss it when it's in the subtle stages, and so you continue to do it even though you don't mean to do it? Don't you love that it gets big enough that soon it gets your attention? And isn't it nice that really knowing what you don't want helps you to really know what you do want? And doesn't it feel good to recognize that there's no ending to that expansion? Don't you love recognizing that when you've asked for something, that you're not a vibrational match to it, but that you want to feel good, so you keep reaching for the feeling of it until you find it, and you can feel it sort of click into place in a vibrational way? And as soon as it clicks into place in a vibrational way, in an emotional way, now you've prepared yourself for the contents of your vortex to some extent. And now, just like water flows downhill, it begins flowing into your experience as affirmation or confirmation or manifestation, as proof, as evidence of the improvement that you made in your vibrational outputting. And then don't you love that there's enough variety that causes you to then regroup and launch another rocket, which at first feels off to you? It's not a vibrational match to where you are. You can't really put your finger on what's wrong, but you want to feel good, so you're willing to reach for it. So you meditate or do whatever you can in order to feel better, and then another piece of it comes and you feel that click into place. We want to help you to feel as we feel about the deliciousness of molding the energy. We want you to experience the subtlety, and therefore the precision, and therefore the specifics, and therefore the deliciousness. It's like being an energy connoisseur. You used to like that big old gallon jug, but you don't anymore. In other words, your tastes become refined in all things. Your tastes of energy become refined. You get better and better at it, and you begin to enjoy the subtleties of it more. And then you begin to feel this worthiness as you finally acknowledge that the universe will match you vibration to vibration. That if this time-space reality has the wherewithal to inspire you to that unique newness that you are asking for, that with understanding of the laws of the universe and a simple willingness to want to feel good, and an understanding of the laws of the universe enough to know that in the going general, which has the potential of seeming boring, but also has the potential of activating your subtle awarenesses and actually giving you more definition than you've ever had before. So you can become this creative genius on subject after subject. You are the creator of your experience, but we are in on it with you. And when you explore and expand beyond your current belief or ability to allow your expansion, we still take it and know it and hold you as our object of attention, knowing that you will find it. But more importantly, not knowing that you will find it so that you will have the manifestation that will please you, but knowing in the reaching for the finding of it, you will have the joy that we have found even before the manifestation of it. None of you said, I will be deliberately resistant. All of you said, resistance is part of a leading edge experience. And the more resistance I offer, the greater my desire to feel good will be. So there's no way I will ever really lose in this, because even the most resistant among you are the most desirous of feeling good among you. And when desire is really strong, it will trump belief every time. We don't come forth to express to you because your lives are broken and need to be fixed, because they aren't. We do not come forth because there is something that you are doing wrong that you need to correct in order to live the life in the way that you intended it to be. Nothing like that is going on. We come forth because you are the creator of your own reality, and most of you don't really know it and aren't really understanding how that is so. And until you get that life has caused you to ask for things that you're not a vibrational match to, and until you figure out how to now be a vibrational match for the things that you've been asking for, you can't complete the cycle of life thought by thought that you've been wanting. We are eager to talk with you about anything that is important to you. There is nothing off limits. We call it the hot seat, but it really isn't all that hot. Don't worry about the way it unfolds. It is our promise to you it will be perfect. And we say happily for ourselves that every question that we've posed here today will be answered and demonstrated by the conversation that we now have. Your life experience is about to give life to all of these words that you have just heard. And oh boy, what's coming for you in the next days and weeks and months is going to amplify this new knowledge that you are gathering up in these words, in this conversation. Your body feels better. Your mind is clearer. Your rendezvous with the things that are important to you are better. You have more creative control of your own experience, and therefore more satisfaction in what you're creating. Most people that you know are moving through life and creating, because everyone is creating their own reality, because everyone is offering a vibration, and their vibration equals their point of attraction, and their point of attraction equals what comes to them. So everyone is creating their own reality, but the majority of people are creating their own reality by default. They don't really understand that they are doing it, and they don't do much of it on purpose. Most people are reacting or responding to what comes to them. But there are not many who are understanding the vibrational nature of the universe, the vibrational nature of their own being, the vibrational nature of thought, and the vibrational nature that law of attraction is responding to. So most people are sort of counting on luck or good fortune, or they are looking for a good life that they can observe and live so that they can have a good feeling response to it. And that's understandable, isn't it? It's nice to see nice things. It's nice to have nice conversations. It's nice to be around people who are fun, or who are clever, or who are intelligent. It's nice to have objects of attention that are pleasing, that you can give your attention to. And those nice things, as you sift through life and focus upon them, do tune you to nicer and nicer things. But if you are someone who has been taught by those around you, sort of trained by your society, to be an observer of things around you, and you are not very deliberate about the things that you choose to give your attention to, then you are letting wanted and unwanted things tune your frequency. And the more you train your vibration into patterns of vibration that don't feel good when you're focused there, the more habitual those patterns become. A belief is simply a thought that you keep thinking. A belief isn't even about truth. It's just a pattern of thought, because a lot of people believe entirely different things, and law of attraction responds to them according to what they believe. In other words, sometimes in the early days, Esther would say, "But Abraham, it's true. So since it's true, doesn't it deserve more of my attention?" And we said, but you have to understand that the reason that it is a reality that you call truth is only because someone gave attention to it. So if it is a reality that you want to experience, then of course, give your attention to it. Train your frequency there. Get a vibration going about it. Let your point of attraction include that, and let the evidence of that vibration come back to you. And then you can confirm, along with others, this is a true thing. But we wouldn't let just the fact that it is true, meaning it is manifested somewhere, be our criteria for giving our attention to it. We would decide, is it something that we want to manifest in our experience? And so often you say, but Abraham, You say, I'm here to sift through contrast. Really? Is that why I'm here, to sift through contrast? And we say contrast is a natural byproduct of being in your world. You came to be this leading edge explorer of variety, knowing that from that focus you would come to your own personal conclusions. And when you decided to come into this body, you knew that those personal conclusions were important. So important that all that is would back you up when you come to one. So when someone's rude to you and you want them to be nicer, Source backs you up. And every time they're rude, you feel the discord. Or every time you think about them being rude, you feel the discord. Or every time you're rude back, even though they deserve it, you feel the discord. Because the Source within you never goes there. The Source within you always takes the bounce. Always knows that when you know what you don't want, you know what you do want. So Source aligns with that. In fact, that's what the evolution of all species about, is the basis of this expanding universe, is the basis of everything that exists. Variety, which helps you to focus. Here's a good way to say this. As the energy moves faster, the power of it is more. And the more powerful the momentum, the less the belief matters. In other words, it's sort of like, in a sort of awkward way, the faster the train's going, the less significant the rock wall is to it. Because if it's going fast enough, it will just blow right through the rock wall. So if you have powerful desire, and your belief is not quite in sync with it, the desire has more momentum. So when you're focused in the direction of your desire, wonderful things happen. But if you get crossways of them, then you have a sort of rough experience. You see what we're getting at? So the ideal situation is to not get too much spread between what you're asking for, what you want, and what you're believing. That really is the most comfortable ride. Deliberately bringing yourself into alignment with your desires. We've enjoyed this interaction more than words can explain, and we've been way out there on the leading edge. We want to compliment you on your willingness to sit and listen to us talk incessantly about the laws of the universe and about the emotions that move through you. We know for sure that as a result of your willingness to just listen, that your vibration has been moved to a different place than it was before we had this conversation. It only takes 17 seconds of non-diluted focus in order to shift vibration, and you have been giving far more than that. 68 seconds of holding yourself in a vibration of well-being will shift your vibration, your point of attraction dramatically enough that that grid must fill in and must fill in today. So we're looking forward to the evidence that you will discover of this energy shift that has taken place as a result of this conversation. You could be unaware of law of attraction. You could have never heard of Abraham or the teachings of Abraham. You could not be making any effort to focus yourself into the things that you want. And you could live happily ever after, because it is the nature of this time-space reality that you live within. In other words, you don't need to know this in order to live well, nor do the people around you. But you are deliberate creators. And there is nothing more exhilarating for deliberate creators than to get your thoughts around what you can specifically do, how you can specifically mold the energy in order to get the results that you want. Because creators want to explore and decide and define the newness that you're reaching for. And then deliberate creators want to find a way of vibrationally allowing that which you've asked for. And nothing is more delicious than then allowing the universe to surprise and delight you in all of the ways that it will. It is our desire that as this grid fills in, and it will, it is our promise to you, that as it fills in, that you take note of the important part that you play in this deciphering process. We want you to feel happy about who you are and pleased that you have come to decide and to ask anew. We want you to feel the appreciation that Source feels for you in the part that you play here. If it were not for you out here on this leading edge, thought would not move beyond that which it is. That's big. If it were not